forgot when it ended. Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of Rollin on D20's. I am your host and DM, Nate, and I am joined today by 5 really awesome people who are going to be playing this wonderful game of D&D with me. We didn't go over this in the pre-show. Is everyone cool with being referred to by their first name? Does anyone want to use like a pseudonym or like, you know, so no one gets like doxxed or anything like that because we're so popular, you know? So we'll get to that in a second, but yeah, so this is Rollin on D20's. This is our new launching today, March 6th, D&D actual play podcast. It is hosted by the Maine Tabletop Alliance, which is our little tabletop gaming group located up here in the cold state of Maine. And it is going to be recording live on Twitch every other Friday, and it will be available on your podcast feeds on the following Monday. It takes place in the homebrewed world of Vaeloren, which has its ups and downs and its catastrophes, and, you know, happy things happen every now and then too. But so yeah, we will be telling a story that hopefully doesn't end in absolute disaster for this world. We'll have to find out, as will the 5 people joining me. In no particular order, certainly not least favorite to most favorite, I will introduce the people that join me today. We'll start off with David. David, welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, I'm David. I'm going to be playing Saevel. He is a warlock high elf.
Let me change that screen. Warlock high elf, very nice. And we will go next to Alex. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm playing Quinn. She is a ranger high elf.
And coming up next, are you going to kill me if I call you Jeffafa?
Yes, but not for that.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I will be playing the least likely named halfling bard chronicler, Nib.
Nib. And then we move on now to Mr. Sam. Sam, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm Sam. I will be playing Xhënrak Benjaares. Not a high elf. He's a dragon, a Gem Dragonborn.
I'm going to be asking you numerous times how to pronounce that name properly. I'm going to see it on paper and be like, huh? And last but not least, Joseph. Joseph, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Ryland, who often goes by Rye, and he is playing the perfectly normal Great Paladin.
Very cool. And I am Nate.
He is a human.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. He is a human paladin.
Perfectly normal human paladin.
Perfectly normal. Nothing weird about this one. And I am Nate. I am your DM. I am your host, and I am excited to get this show on the road. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. So, I'm going to, because it's D&D, I'm going to roll a D6. And see who gets to get introed first. We're going to start with Rye. Rye, where are you currently?
Rye is in a very dilapidated, kind of rundown tavern, drunkenly asleep in the corner.
As you are asleep in the corner, are you in a tavern, small bar, just somebody's house?
Just a rundown tavern. Doesn't know where it was. He kind of stumbled into it. He was drunk when he got there, and he's more drunk now.
Fair enough. As you are laying there, you feel a very firm tap on your shoulder.
Mommy? Yeah, what? Yeah.
Whoa.
Hi.
As you look up, you see an average height human wearing like a brown apron. You recognize him quickly as the bartender. He goes, You've been sitting here for a few hours now, and you haven't bought anything, you haven't moved. I really was just checking to make sure you weren't dead. Can I get you something, or should I maybe get you on your way? We're getting ready to close up shop.
I'm not dead, am I? Right?
I'm not dead last I checked, so I'm pretty sure you're
not dead. I'm not dead.
You look worse for wear, but it seems like
skin
you're still
is
alive.
Grayish blue. Like what the fuck happened with that?
Do you wish to?
Never mind.
Do you wish to order? Are you gonna be on your way?
Nope. This is comfy. You bring me the drinks. I drink the drinks. You bring me the more drinks. I drink the more drinks.
What can I get you?
Whatever is strong.
All right. So, bartender makes his way back. As he makes his way back, you hear the doors of the tavern that you are in open, and through the doors walks a very tall, very noble-looking elf. Someone that stands out very much like a sore thumb in a place like this. Not somebody that you would expect to see feeling like they would only walk into a building like this if they were forced. And surprisingly to you, he is making his way toward you. Are you Sir Ryland?
Ryland. Yes. I am Ryland.
He reaches into his inner pocket of his coat jacket thing. That's what those are, right? And hands you a letter that is stamped with a wax seal, and in a very fine elven handwriting, you see Ryland written on the front.
That's me.
As you look down and read your name on the front of the envelope and look back up, the elf is gone.
That was not a hallucination. No. I kind of look at it, I sniff it, I lick it. It seems fine, right?
Roll perception.
Roll Constitution.
Investigation?
That's not postage on the corner.
Perception. Okay, that's not too bad.
You're drunk with disadvantage.
All right, let me click it again. It's not going to be much there, probably.
All right, so with a 9, I mean, it has a pleasant fragrance to it. But you tasted it too? I can see how this podcast is going to go. I hand you something and you taste it. I mean, it just tastes weird. It tastes like paper.
All right, no elven poison. All right.
There's no poison.
That's good. All right. You got to know. You got to taste it to know. All right. I open it up and read it.
All right. On the letter, it says, "Dearest Ryland, you have been beckoned to come to the Elven capital for a meeting. It is potentially of dire consequence, and it could greatly affect our world. You should come forth because your brother would be proud."
I look at the bartender and I go, "I'm a dearest." I'm a dearest. Yeah. All right. I gotta go there tomorrow. Today. So I'm going there. Yeah.
And as Ryland, I missed that part. It tells you to be there on the 23rd day of the month of Flood Rest.
Of the month of what?
Flood Rest.
Flood Rest.
You would be aware of that.
No, he wouldn't.
That's true. He probably wouldn't. As the camera pans away from Rye and he's waiting to get his next drink, the camera slowly pans toward Saevel?
Saval.
Saevel. It pans towards Saevel. Saevel, what are you doing?
Saval is going to be. We're currently right now. We're in the town square essentially. We just got back from a successful bounty, and I'm just counting my coins, enjoying the time that I don't have a voice in my head asking me to do things for them.
Are you in a specific town that you would like to be in, or just a town?
Just a town.
Just a small
you know
town,
me.
small village
I'm a
town.
drifter.
Okay.
Yep, I'm a drifter.
As you and you said you're in the town square.
Yes. Yep.
All right. As you are walking through the town square, let me look because I don't have to ask you this because I can just pull up your character sheet. There, I should be able to. What is your passive perception? Why can't I see your passive perception? Where is it? I should know this.
Secrets.
If you can't see it, you can't roll it.
I would think it would show right on your sheet. That's like a super important thing.
Yeah.
What is your passive perception?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
11?
plus wisdom, right? No?
Looks like it's 11.
Yeah, okay, 11.
Plus your wisdom on.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, so, okay. Yeah, so you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. You don't notice anything that is peculiar. But as you are just kind of taking in the surrounding of the town, you get a pretty solid, like, shoulder bump, like somebody bumped into you. And knocked you to the side almost, and just kept walking. Didn't excuse themselves. Didn't say excuse me. Didn't apologize. They just kept walking.
Wow. Rude.
I call after them. Excuse me. Do you have no manners?
So you as you turn around and the crowd thickens, you notice a very tall elf. You can tell it's an elf from the back by its ears, wearing a red overcoat, and he slips into the crowd. And as he drifts into the crowd, it's almost like he just kind of disappeared, even though he was the tallest one of the group. You can't see him. Like you're on your tippy toes, you're looking, you can't see him at all. He's gone.
Through the thick crowd.
The elf disappeared. As it occurs to you that the elf disappeared and you're trying to come to what just happened and how somebody could be so rude, you notice that one of your... are you wearing something that would have a breast pocket?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
have like a satchel.
Okay, so you notice your satchel is a little bit heavier. Not enough, but just enough to where you notice that something was added to it.
And here I thought they were going to actually pickpocket me. I reach in my satchel to figure out what's going on in there.
And you pull out an envelope with a wax seal that says Saevel in very neat Elven writing.
I very carefully, not to damage it, I open it and read it.
It says, "Dearest Saevel, your attention is greatly needed at the Elven capital. There are potential dire consequences for this world as we know it. Please arrive by the 23rd day of Flood Rest." Look, I remembered that time.
I read the letter a few times and kind of take it in. And then I hear that voice in the back of my head that I occasionally hear. And I reply, say, okay, I'll go.
As Saevel is standing in town square, reading and kind of nodding, the camera pans up. And as it pans up and away, I guess I'll just pick one because it rolled a 6 and there aren't 6 people. We now focus in on Nib. Nib, where are you?
Nib is in the main room of the tavern portion of a small inn, on the edge of a business quarter in the Elven archipelago. There, it is morning, and he is sitting on a high stool at the bar, tucking into what is like the farmhand's breakfast, like eggs, sausage, bacon, flapjacks, the whole thing, and clearly is trying to put some, he's just seems giddy. He never gets to have first breakfast. He's always, at least for the past 7 years under his apprenticeship, has always had to do breakfast for his teacher first, and then whenever he was done, he would get leftovers or cold breakfast. And since last night's ceremony, he now is his own person for the first morning and is just kind of tucking into life. His little feet are kicking on the stool, just happy as anything could be. Like nothing could go wrong today.
I'm envisioning it, and I'm just sitting on the stool, feet dangling.
Mm-hmm.
As you are sitting there on the stool, a very proper, well-dressed elf sits on the stool next to you. Looks over at you, gives you a nod, and then waves down the bartender. And the bartender slides him almost without ordering it. You didn't hear him order anything, but the bartender slides him a drink, and he takes a small sip, and he places his hand on the bar next to you, and he slides it over and lifts his hand up. And when he lifts up his hand, there is a wax sealed letter. And as you look down at the letter, like you just did, when you look up, the elf is gone.
I look up at the bartender, and then I look back at the envelope again, and I go, man, I thought I was done with this kind of production. Ugh. That's the kind of thing Riley pulls all the time. Anyway, that can wait till after breakfast. And I finish pounding through all my stuff and everything, and then when I can finally kind of do that, I spin back so I can lean against the bar and open up the letter and read it, because I'm assuming it's another letter from my previous teacher, because he left me one last night, and I'm like, he probably forgot to tell me something, so now he's got to send me another one because he doesn't want to come and face it in person.
Roll dexterity for me.
Oh, God.
Nice.
7.
Okay, as you go to lean back against the bar, you feel the legs of the chair start to lean a little bit, but you catch yourself on the bar and hold yourself up.
Stupid tall people furniture. All right. So, flip it open. What the heck?
Dearest Nib Quilldipper, your skills and expertise that are known throughout the land as a bard are highly requested in this dire situation that we are facing. It is recommended that you report, nay, not recommended, but demanded that you report to the Elven capital on the 23rd day of Flood Rest.
Wow. First job. Everything's coming up, Nib. All right.
And
I start
as
doing math in my head, I'm like, this will be easy. All right.
And as Nib is sitting there in his excitement, the camera pans away from Nib and it pans down to Quinn. And Quinn, what do we see?
Quinn is doing her usual nighttime routine before she makes camp. She'll be up in a tree in the darkest part of the forest that she can find, kind of staking out potential victims for her dinner. So she's up in a tree hunting.
You're hunting, so you would be looking out. So I will let you roll perception as opposed to just going off of your passive.
Okay. Perception.
Ooh.
19.
Okay, so with a 19, you definitely see it's evening, but what time is it? Is it dark?
It would
is
be
dusk?
the middle of the night,
Okay,
the darkest
so
time of night.
It is dark. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with a roll so high, you definitely do see silhouetted a good 100, 200 feet away, what you can perceive from where you are, a rather tall humanoid. And by humanoid, they're bipedal, standing on 2 feet. But that's all you can make out. As you are staring out at them, almost squinting, trying to get a better idea of what it is, you see a purplish hued, sparkling light almost start to form and then before you realize it, it is flying toward you. And it's moving so fast that before you get a chance to react, you hear the familiar noise of an arrow hitting the tree right next to your head.
Instinctually, Quinn would just freeze.
Okay. Okay. I mean, so you lock up. You heard the shot. You're not moving.
I'm not
And-
moving. I'm waiting for more sound. If I see anything else happening,
There's no other sound, and as you look back out toward where the shot came from, you no longer see the shadowed silhouette.
spooky. So I'll give it a few more moments and just kind of be extra sure that I'm comfortable that there's no other movement around me, and then I'll check out the arrow in the tree.
With the arrow, it is clearly what you would think is a magical arrow. It's nothing that you recognize, not a magic or even any type of like, I want to say ammunition, but it's so weird to use that word for an arrow. It's not of any magic or arrow style that you're familiar with. And impaled with the arrow to the tree through the dead center of a wax seal is an envelope.
Pretty fucking impressive shooting. So I'll just rip the letter out, not even bother taking the arrow out of the tree.
As you go to rip the letter from the arrow almost explodes into a purplish reddish dust, the same color that you saw when you saw it initially be fired from so many hundreds of feet away. And what you notice as it kind of breaks into that, the flurries of light, almost firefly-like, when you pull the envelope down, there is no hole through the envelope.
Fucking spooky. So I'll break the seal and I'll read it.
Okay. It says, "Dearest Quinn, a hunter of your talents is much needed on the task that we have facing us. Your hesitation to trust people is something that will not only serve you, but the people that will be on this journey with you. We all but demand that you come to the Elven capital on the 23rd day of Floodrest."
So Quinn is very displeased that someone seems to know so much about her. And she will not sleep this evening. She will continue watching the forest.
All right. And so you're kind of sitting up like at camp, but just like on the paranoid lookout.
Yeah, head on a
All right.
swivel.
So as the camera pans out and leaves Quinn there in the woods, the camera then comes around to Xhënrak, right? Look, I got it.
You got it. You got it in one.
Xhënrak, you come into view, and what do we see?
So we see like this long, like dark hallway of a dungeon. You know, there's like some dripping, curious substance, and you know, some vines along this wall. Maybe a skeleton in that corner or something. And then there is this flash of purple energy that comes roiling down, as if someone just cast a fireball. Comes roiling down the hallway and then fades. And we sort of track with it as it fades away. And we see the light kind of dim from in the hallway, and we come down this hallway, and we see this huge door, and in this huge antechamber with this door, and the cracks of the door are like slowly, this purple light is slowly fading from it. And in front of that enormous crack, we see this dragonborn with long white hair and a beard and a staff, and this energy is sort of flowing out of him into the door. And then as soon as the last of that energy disappears from him, he sort of stumbles and leans hard on his staff, and just sort of says to the general air, You'll need not see the whole path to take the next step. And he sort of takes a deep breath and centers himself. And then he sort of slowly begins to turn around and head down, or goes to head down that pathway we just came from.
I like the description. Very nice. As you are heading back down that path, in your mind, not to the degree of like you're hearing voices, like from your perception, you could swear that the voice was coming from right next to you, but you are truly hearing it in your mind. It is as there's nobody down there with you. You hear the voice of your mentor, and your mentor is you aren't fully sure whether it is your mentor's voice or somebody or something copying your mentor's voice, but it's spot on. Like it is 1-to-1. Like anybody else wouldn't be able to tell, but your time with the mentor would give you a little bit more knowledge of that. But what you hear is, Sir Xhënrak, I have been informed that you have been requested to attend a very important meeting in the Elven capital. It is in your best interest that you attend this meeting. I feel like you could serve the campaign well, and it could answer questions for you that you or I have not been able to answer for some time. They're requesting your presence on the 23rd day of Flood Rest. There is no need to check back with me prior to your departure, but I look forward to the outcome.
I think as soon as he kind of clocks that, it might not be his mentor. He sort of stops and he closes his eyes and stretches out with his perception, tries to see if there's anything like coming at him, and then when the message continues and is just kind of neutral, he I guess just opens his eyes again and goes, we'll definitely be checking in with my mentor again before going anywhere. That's a ridiculous request. There we go. And he just kind of totters forward.
I love the voice. It's so good.
Someone had to.
Right? It's so good. It's so good.
I appreciate it.
All right. And the camera pans away. Now, what we are approaching is a large elven capital city. Several days, in some cases several weeks, have passed since our 5 players have received the summons to the elven capital on this day. It is midday, the sun is high, not a cloud in the sky. You can hear the ocean waves off the docks that are a few hundred yards away from the entrance to the elven capital building. It's a typical day in Caelthir, Vaeloren. Be nice if I could pronounce the own cities that I named. So all 5 of you arrive separately, obviously not knowing each other yet. Different ships, different routes. You've elected to accept this summon for different reasons. But somehow, one way or another, for some reason, you told yourself, convinced yourself, or at least wanted to find out that this summon mattered for some reason. You felt a weight to it in your own way. Oddly enough, the weight that you felt with this summon on the days and potentially weeks that it has been sitting in your hands and wherever you kept the letter, it it occurred to you more and more that there was something unique about this. This wasn't just another quest. It wasn't just another mission. It wasn't a way to make a quick couple silver, a couple gold. And as that feeling sunk into you more deeply, you became more committed to showing up at the Elven capital on this day. As we go into the Elven capital building, there are many elves dressed similarly to the elf that you all saw. Red robes, purple robes. There's one elf in a white robe, and they're all just kind of standing there and chattering. And who would like to enter the building first? Nobody. I'm just gonna roll.
You gonna roll a die in
All
D&D? What is this?
One
Digital dice.
D5. Is there such thing as a D5? There is. Look at that. The fake dice covered my real dice. All right, 1, 2, 3. Nib, you show up first. Why don't you describe to us how you enter the Elven building meeting room?
So when Nib arrives, he's wearing a burgundy doublet that is 2 or 3 cycles of fashion out of date. It is clearly like the kind of suit that was probably handed down to him by an uncle or something, that, like, coming from a small merchant family, it was probably his uncle's when he was starting out in business, and when he would meet with fine folk, he would wear this one suit, and it got handed down when he left to go adventuring with his bard mentor, because it was the only thing that fit. So it's a doublet in burgundy with a hat, a bit of a bolero type style with a softer brim and no danglies. And there is the neck of a lute poking up over his right shoulder, with deep wood grain to the neck of it. Clearly has traveled a lot, but it is in very well kept condition. And he has a simple walking stick that would probably be a cane for most people, but it's head height for him. And he arrives in a very... He probably actually got onto the grounds about an hour before he felt like it was necessary, out of habit, because he's always having to show up for gigs ahead of his previous boss.
Oh,
because
dude, you gotta hit me where I live like this? What the heck?
His mentor would never show up on time, so he would always have to show up and make sure that the place was ready for him, that his green room requests were met, all that sort of thing, because he was a diva. So he's just in that habit all the time of having to be there to make sure everything's in place before the meeting starts and stuff. And then once doing so, would just make sure to walk in and try to take in stuff, but not become part of the meeting until it was necessary. Because once you start becoming part of it, you can't observe it properly. And he's trying to take it all in so he can write it down later and chronicle it. If the minute somebody picks up on him and, like, beckons over, or it becomes obvious that he's supposed to, like, present to them and announce the fact that he has arrived or something like that, he's versed in protocol to know that sort of thing, but he's trying to delay that as much as possible to take in as much detail until that becomes necessary.
All right. You make your way into the Elven Hall, being of a small statured individual, and with all of the chatting that's going on. At the moment, it appears that you are in there relatively unnoticed. In your observation, you, as I mentioned prior to you guys being there, you see several elves in red and purple robes that are all chattering. And so if you can envision the room, it is marble floors, kind of an open flat area, and then just beyond where those elves are congregating, there's a 3-tiered staircase, only like half, like 6 inches, 4 or 5, 6 inches, like relatively small stairs, just more for aesthetics than for purpose. And then on top of that platform is the elf with the white robe. They're kind of whispering, but they're also speaking in Elvish. And I'm guessing you don't speak Elvish, do you?
That's not one of the ones I picked up yet.
Okay. All right. So you can hear them kind of whispering back and forth quietly with obviously no idea of what they're saying. Xhënrak, you find yourself at the doors to the Elven meeting hall that you have been requested to attend.
He will stand there for longer than seems intentional, and just sort of leaning on his staff. He's in. Sorry, to give him more of a physical description, he's in like kind of these monk robes with these big, like wood beads around his neck, huge beard, purple skin, dragon looking.
Dragon looking dragon.
Dragon looking. I felt like that one was pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, no, he'll sort of stand there for a while, and then he'll just raise his staff, his quarterstaff, and wait.
Oh, so you're knocking, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. After a few brief moments pass by, the door opens and you see an elf, kind of fair skin, white hair, in a blue robe. Opens the door and kind of looks you up and down. You perceive that maybe a dragonborn isn't something that they see all that often. So, and then in his eye,
I know it's the foot, right? He is also missing a foot. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about it so much in session 0. No, not the foot, not the dragon. Oh, you must be Xhënrak. Xhënrak, thank you so much for accepting our invite. The council will be very happy you made it. Please, make your way in. Make yourself at home. Once the rest of the party has gathered, we will be sure to let you all know why you're here. Very, very nice to see you. Thank you again for coming.
I know he'll take a bow and spend like 10 full minutes getting through the door.
And as Xhënrak enters, what you see is the elves, the red and purple cloaks, the white elf up on the slightly elevated platform. Are you? Well, I guess however you think you would be doing it, we can either go by your passive perception, or if you think you are specifically looking and trying to take in everything the room has, I'll let you roll perception. I'll leave that up to a preference choice on your end.
Looking at the room and more looking at the people.
Okay.
He's kind of trying to gauge how they're perceiving him or how they're feeling.
I would consider that a little bit more like specified. So yeah, why don't we roll perception?
Could I entice you with an insight?
Let's roll perception to see what you would notice, and then if you want specific details, we can perhaps insight it.
Fair enough.
But you can't be insightful about something you don't notice is there.
I guess that's a fair point.
Feel
I
it
definitely
in your
remember how
bones.
this works. There we go. Hell yeah.
Dirty 20. All right. So you see all the elves, you notice them whispering. Do you speak Elvish?
I forget, but probably not.
Dwarvish and sign language.
Yeah.
So it's gibberish. But with that dirty 20, you notice a small little halfling off to your right, who is also just trying to kind of take a look and see what's going on. And he is he kind of sticks out like a sore thumb to you because other than you, he's the only non-elf in there. And it seems odd to you that that they're just going on like everything's normal when there's a dragonborn and a halfling here. With the dirty 20 roll, I will also give you, I will give you the insight that it was mentioned to you in the message that you received that it would be a group activity, a group quest. So you come to the conclusion that this halfling must be another member of this party that you have been so politely requested to join.
Yeah, he'll just, turn and without really addressing him more than a nod, he'll go and just sit down crisscross applesauce next to you. And if you don't say anything, he'll just start meditating.
Looks over and goes, well, that's nice. I appreciate you coming down to my level like that. That was not many people give me that kind of courtesy. I appreciate that.
At times we are all on the same level, and I always strive to be.
So how many times a day do you get the joke about a bearded dragon?
I would say my encounters with people are fairly limited nowadays, but when I see them, 2 to 5 times per day.
Yeah, I believe me. Everybody that makes short jokes thinks they are the only people that's ever made a short joke.
Right,
before,
you get it. It's like the foot jokes too,
What foot joke? I don't have any foot jokes. Why
Never mind.
Why would they tell me foot jokes?
No, me foot. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Well, you crossed your legs so that it was tucked under. I couldn't see it.
That's fair. And he kicks out one leg and it goes clank on the ground.
Wow! Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got this kind of like leaf spring looking thing. If you've ever seen like actual real life prosthetics for running,
Yeah, the curved blade kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Xhënrak, how tall are you?
Oh yes, he is also like 2 heads taller than you sitting. He's 7. I wrote it down. 7 and change.
7 and change. Okay, so would your prosthetic leg be the same height as Nib?
Pretty close. Yeah.
Well, it's not like a whole. It would be like his leg, one whole leg of his. It's just his foot that he lost, not the whole thing.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just like picturing like a halfling and a prosthetic leg, and they're like seeing eye to eye.
Yeah, if you ever want to go full Voltron, I can totally just get in there.
Oh my god!
I love
Immediately what I thought.
Man,
crazy.
not to go too fourth wall breaking, but yeah, where we were
there.
talking about turning that into a weapon. Man, if you guys could fashion something where you could attach Nib to it and then like throw Nib.
Slingshot.
All right, I have a
Where's the
scene in my
artifice?
head. We'll work on it.
Backup character is an artificer for one purpose.
As Xhënrak takes a seat on the tile floor and the polite banter back and forth between Xhënrak and Nib continues on, I will ask you, Rye, at this point, and I feel like I already know the answer to this question, but would you be kind of stumbling into this meeting hall half in the bag?
With my 6 and dex, I am always stumbling.
Okay. Fair.
No.
All right.
I think that was the question.
It was mechanical. Yes.
Yeah. But would he still be drunk, or would you try to sober up for this?
He is trying to sober up.
Okay.
He's
All
come
right.
down from it. Yeah.
All right. So we will say we'll give you an advantage on drunk rolls. We will say that what would be considered like I can't function drunk for most people is you sobering up and you can handle pretty well.
Yeah. That's fine.
All right. You approach the doors to the Elven capital. As you made your way, as you made the docks to the capital doors, you definitely noticed people looking at you with varying degrees of fear, just due to your appearance. You are even more so than the Dragonborn. You are very unusual. You and your kind are a very unusual sight in these parts. Nobody speaks to you, but things varying from people looking away, people moving to the other side of the road, or even people going in their homes before you get to them. And then you make your way up to the doors to the Elven Capital building.
So Ryland is a human, but he is an umbral human. So the person that's walking up, he's slightly tallish, 6'2", but thinner build. He's wearing this armor that is very loud and clunking because it doesn't fit him properly. But it's nice armor, and he's got these plates strapped on that really aren't doing anything, but they look pretty. He's got this grayish blue skin with purple and pink blemishes. The whites of his eyes are actually black, and his irises are like a glowing orange. He's got eyeshadow on. It's just kind of like dripped down a little bit. Don't know what happened there. That scares me. You rolled the thing.
Sorry.
Rolled is maybe a strong word, but yeah.
He flipped the thing. He's got his like dusty hair with a French braids kind of going around it. Like he actually has nicely braided hair. The only weapon he's carrying is a long wooden staff that's broken on one end. It's just kind of something was snapped off at the end of it. And is the door open to the place that I'm trying to go?
It is shut.
Is it unlocked?
You can try it.
I'm trying.
All right, it opens up.
I come barreling in. I'm not paying attention to who's around. How do you know I had a brother? How did you know that? What the fuck is this about? You got me with the dearest bit, but how do you know I had a brother? Why would you bring that up? Who's here?
As you make your way in, an elf, again, fair-faced, white hair, blue robe, comes up to you, and he reaches out to kind of take your hand, and before you can think about it, you feel compelled to shake his hand. Are you trying to resist taking his hand?
In this moment, yes.
In this moment, okay. Roll an Arcana check.
Ew. That's a great thing to roll.
Hey, look at it this way. It's not a 6.
With an 8, you try to resist shaking his hand, but you almost feel this compulsion that you can't control that is forcing you to put your hand out. So your hand enters his hand in a handshake, and he kind of cups it with his hand on top. And when he does so, which arm, left or right?
My left arm.
Okay. But are you shaking with your left or right arm?
So yeah, I've got the quarterstaff in my right arm, and my left arm with the mark is shaking.
Okay, so you're shaking with the left. Okay. All right. So shakes with his left hand, cups it with the right, and right as his hand comes down over the top of your hand, and it cups you in that handshake, you feel the mark on your arm searing, more so than it usually does. But it is not a pain that makes you physically react. It's almost like the pain is mental. Like it's causing you pain, but it's not doing any damage to you. And it's also like there's no physical like convulsion or reaction to it. It's just there. And as the pain in your mind subsides, you hear the elf say to you, Sir Ryland, I presume.
The fuck are you?
I am the servant of the elf who summoned you here. That's who the fuck I am.
Okay, then I'm fucking Ryland. Yes. You can call me Ryland.
Please go over with the other two that have preceded your entrance. I can only assume the rest of your party will be here soon. Thank you for coming.
I give him like a strong slap on the shoulder. Walk over, clunking.
As you go to slap him on the shoulder, your hand is unable to make physical contact with him.
I don't even notice.
Oh, okay.
It just kind of.
All right.
I think we found our face man.
Absolutely. As I come over to sit down, I sit down, then I look over and realize that there's two people next to me. Did you know you forgot your foot?
You know,
I'm worried about you, man.
I sometimes wake up and I think to myself, hey, Xhënrak, where did you put your foot? And
All
then
the
I
time.
remember.
I did that with my I did that with my brain yesterday.
You know, I got that impression.
You. We're gonna be friends. And I put my arm around for a second. Unless you push me off.
As you put your arm around him, you notice something I forgot to describe. His mark is kind of like these weird electrical patterns that, like, I don't know if you've ever seen those. I forget what the name of it is, but like when someone gets struck with lightning, they get a specific scar that kind of goes like out down his shoulders, and it's crystallized into like purple, like an amethyst almost. You can kind of like see into his skin a little bit. It's weird. And yeah, you just feel that.
For a split second when you said that, I was picturing the Harry Potter on the forehead lightning, but it's like, no!
Is the
Dragon who lived.
This foot.
what is
I loved this foot. This foot loved me. This is how this happened.
So Rye puts his arm around you, and you allow for that to happen?
Yeah, he's pretty zen. He just kind of
Okay. Roll Arcana for me.
bet.
Cool.
Shen.
Arcana, something I'm super. Actually, wait.
You didn't tell us we'd have to do Arcana in this.
No, I think it's swapped. Foundry has swapped my intelligence's wisdom scores, so this should be a -1 instead of a +1. Cool. So 3.
I mean, it didn't matter either way. All right, he embraces you. He puts his arm around you. You don't notice anything.
You're short.
You definitely have to like. Wait, how tall are you?
6'2".
Oh yeah,
no,
you still have.
Look over at the other guy.
Okay.
You're short. You're tall.
Yeah, you're medium.
Thank you. And I start to nod off on your foot.
What a perfectly normal-looking human.
Look at this human with absolutely zero umbra in it.
You're too tall. You're too small. You're just right.
Normal.
And kind of leans over to Nib and goes, "If the next person who walks through that door has blonde hair and blue dress, I'm out."
Yep.
It was a Goldilocks thing. Sorry.
Yeah,
I look at
I was just getting some faces that were like, "What the fuck?"
Man, I wish we had a druid because I would be DMing them right now saying, "Please come in the room as a bear."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right, as those three are making very strange conversation with each other, Quinn, you are now the next to approach. I will ask you, knowing about your character, would you approach the typical, like, off the boat, walk up the road, or?
I would not. So I would have spent probably half the day scoping out the perimeter of the building, and trying to identify all of the potential entrances and exits.
Okay.
And then I don't think I'll be walking directly up to the door.
All right. Give me a perception roll.
Perception. $21.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so you noticed all three of these men entering the Elven capital, being that there was a Dragonborn, an umbral human, and a very, very short halfling, which all stood out like sore thumbs in this Elven city. You definitely noticed all three of them. And again, with your invitation, as it will, mentioning a group, it occurs to you that these are probably members of that group. And you saw them all enter the Capitol building in their own various ways.
Looking at the building, am I noticing, are there windows on the ground floor?
Not on the ground floor, no. So there are windows that would surround it. Think almost like cathedral-like.
Okay.
But none of them, like nothing that you could see into.
Okay. I will have definitely done a loop around the building. Does there appear to be an alternative entrance or exit?
There is there's a courtyard toward the, if you're facing cardinal directions, I don't have it right in front of me, but if you were to face the front doors, it would be to the left side of the building. It is a courtyard with a fountain and a garden. There is an entranceway that looks like it would enter the Elven, the building. Whether or not it goes in that same room, you wouldn't know. But it is an iron gate with 2 guards on either side of it.
Okay, so having clocked that, I will approach the building. I will not knock. I will try to open the door, the front door.
It just opens.
Okay. So as I go in, Quinn at this point would have her hood pulled up on her cloak, so her face is in as much shadow as possible. And then strapped to her pack, you see a longbow and a very wide-brimmed leather hat with lots of like feathers and ribbons and trinkets attached to it. She's dressed in mainly very dark clothing, but the cloak she's wearing is pretty high quality and it's kind of like a forest green color. So as I'm walking in, I'm scoping out as much information as I can, basically. Are people carrying weapons? Looking off to the left, I'm trying to identify if I do see an exit that would lead to the courtyard, really trying to get the lay of this room.
Being a hunter, roll perception with advantage.
$22.
Nice. So you notice that the only other door in this room exiting it is directly across from the door you entered beyond the rising. Behind the elf in the white cloak, off in the distance, you can see a door. Again, same as the door outside, iron gate, elven guards. It is clear to you that this is like a meeting room, and they will regularly have people that maybe aren't part of Elven royalty or the Elven Council, which is why this particular door is not as heavily guarded, especially on a day that they're expecting people. You see the elves and the chatting. You don't speak, or you're an elf. You do speak Elvish. You do.
I speak Elvish.
That would be bad.
They are whispering, and they're whispering quietly, but you do hear names. You hear Xhënrak, and you hear Saevel, and you hear hold on one second because I need to pull up. I'll get back to it as I'm writing it. And you hear tieflings and you hear demons. That is all you hear. As you are looking around, you see off to the right, kind of near the outer wall of the room, you see the three people that you saw enter just a little while ago.
Okay, so I will kind of skirting the edge of the room, keeping my, not like turtle walking, but kind of keeping my back to a wall, make my way over to the group. And I'm going to just kind of stand behind them.
Hey, she's not blonde with the what dress? Blue dress? She's not the blonde with the blue dress.
How tall are you?
Oh, 5'7"? Is that right?
And she fits neatly in our legally distinct AT&T bars.
5'7". I'm perfectly average height for a female elf.
The other name that you were hearing whispered is Rygor.
Rygor.
You are elf. Yes?
Indeed. I am.
What are they saying? If you don't mind sharing with the group.
Kind of racist to assume she speaks
gibberish?
it,
I mean,
That
I am
that
dragon. I speak dragon. I kind of just... I mean, you're right. Sorry to be racist.
I'm human. I don't speak human.
I think you...
Wait, you're
I think
speaking human right now, aren't you?
You're speaking, yeah.
That's common.
Well, humans are pretty common.
Which isn't that in and of itself kind of derogatory? Everybody gets all
Absolutely.
these cool languages and humans just get common.
No, Nib. He's special human. You see in
common
the
folk.
eyes.
What? He
You're
looks
speaking
perfectly
like-
normal to me. He looks
I
like
wasn't
every
normal
other
like a
human I've
couple
ever
months
seen.
ago.
So I'm actually not
I don't
going to
know what
answer
this
that
is.
question. I'm
Okay.
going to look
Sorry.
at these men and say, did you get the letters?
I got an echoing summon from a god? Question mark.
What?
A god spoke to you.
He often does.
What did your letter taste like?
Chocolate.
You tasted
You
your
said
letter.
a god talked to you. You didn't get a letter.
I
don't
also
trust
didn't
you.
mention that I also couldn't get sensations while talking.
Why would you
Okay.
taste her? I don't understand that one.
I cared if it was poison or not. You didn't care.
You can detect poison via taste only once. Just
You know,
saying.
you can also
If you get
Not-
lucky.
One time.
you can also not get the poison in your system if you just open it normally.
Yep, poison.
I would-
And
I
you
would-
do a little lay on.
I would argue that you can only successfully detect it once. Every other time you're fine.
It
Kyle
takes
King Powder
5
will get
points
you
of
every
lay
time,
on
but-
hands.
Listen, I've eaten 56 lettuce in my lifetime, and only one of them killed me.
What was that? Was that
Those are good
alphabet
numbers.
soup? What are you eating?
I'll just take another step back away from the group.
So now we've discovered the brains of the outfit and the face of the outfit. So
As you guys are chattering, and with there being 4 of you, and it's getting a little bit louder, the elf that had greeted, 2 of you, comes up to your small pack of 4 people and says, please, I know you guys are excited and you're anticipating finding out why we brought you here. There's one more of you that we are waiting for. So please just try and keep it a little bit quieter. It's very, very echoey in here. And it's a very important day.
just one more?
He should be here soon.
Just one more? I don't know why I was assuming there'd be 5 more.
5. Why do you make it so echoey then?
This
Why'd
is
you
a good
design it
question.
like
If you
this?
want it quiet, why loud?
This was not the room.
Anyway.
He just
Here.
puts his hands up and walks away.
We've defeated our first foe.
And he
Congratulations.
shakes his head. And you everyone with a passive perception of 12 or higher hears him go, "This is why I only deal with elves."
Now that's
that's
racist.
I don't
But
like
did it
that.
say Elvish? That's the problem.
He did say that in Elvish, so only
Yeah.
Quinn would have known that he said that.
That Elvish felt racist.
That Elvish was racist.
Thank you. Let us know when something racist gets said.
That would be nice.
By other people. We'll know when we say it.
Sometimes I don't.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would appreciate it.
We'll tell you when you say it too.
Let me know if I'm the problematic one.
Yeah.
I have never been told it, but I often wonder it.
We're gonna have a group check here. If you see this, it means you're doing it. Hand across the throat. No, don't. Yeah, that's a. You're over the line, buddy.
Gonna have to put a disclaimer at the top of these episodes.
Walk it
You-
back.
You're kind of short to catch that out of my peripheral, though.
As you guys are chattering and trying to figure out what's going on, Saevel, you approach the doors to the Elven Capitol building.
Saevel is going to be hesitating. I am not looking forward to mingling with the high class, as it were. I have a lot of experience with that, of course, and I'm just kind of sitting there thinking to myself, they're going to have all these rules, there's going to be all these manners, they're going to talk behind our backs. All right, let's get it over with. And he opens the door and he walks in, and he just kind of brings back his elegance that he always has known. The etiquette, he holds himself high, he walks like a high elf, and just kind of walks and observes. And looks around, and he sees the group, and says, I think that's the group I prefer to hang out with. And he goes and walks over there, and just kind of waits.
So as you notice the group of 4 to your right, before you break over to them, you see the elf in the blue cloak. And he sees you, and he is making a movement toward you, almost as if he's coming to greet you. And then when he sees you start to head over to them, he just kind of stops and shrugs like, all right, he's the 5th one, and lets you continue over to them.
Hello, I assume you're the 5th one?
Are you another one that
I'm
comes
the
close
one,
to-
I would assume so.
Oh.
What do you look like?
Yeah, I was about to say.
So he carries a great sword on his back. He is very tall. He's about 6 feet. He is very lanky. He doesn't look like he should be able to hold the great sword at all. He doesn't look like he should be able to fight. His armor does not fit him very well, and his clothes actually look very similar to the robes that you're seeing on these elves, but they look very worn. They look years old. They're not the same colors, but you can tell at one point they would have been very elegant, but are now very battle worn. They are blue and
he's
silver.
also a high elf?
He is a high
Right.
elf, yes.
How to pick this team?
And we're surrounded by high elves, right?
Right. Welcome to the
Well-
crew. We got to keep it down, though. Sorry.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Elbow.
They
Ah,
make loud
ow!
building for being quiet.
I know. It
As
makes no sense.
Rye gets obnoxiously loud, saying, "Hi, how are you?" all of the whispering in the chamber comes to a stop, and it was at that moment that you realize that while they were whispering, like you heard the audible whispering, but when it came to a sudden stop, you realized actually how loud it was. Either that, or it's just now dead silent in this room. And all of the elves turn and face the front, and the elf in the white robe kind of goes center. So if you're looking up, you see, and there's no arrangement. The red and the purple are mixed together, but you see a group to the left, a group to the right, none in the center, and you see the elf with the white cloak standing the few steps up in the center. And he extends his hand out to you, palm up, not palm down, palm up. Extends his hand out to you, and says, "Come," and beckons you all to step forward.
Oh, I take point. I start going immediately. Come on,
All right.
let's go.
I take last as I take a full 5 minutes to stand up and get moving.
Gotta put his leg back on.
Yeah. He's showing
I
it to
start-
somebody.
I start walking. I see you're taking a minute. I start walking back. Then I see you again. I start walking again.
As you guys approach, you notice in the tile floor there is a symbol or a design, however you want to look at it, that it is a circle with phases of 5 different moons inside of the circle, in the center of this room. And that is at which you guys are standing when he kind of puts up his hand and gestures you to stop. That's right there. Gotta clear
I
my
go
throat.
stand by Empress.
There's a little bit more murmuring from the elves as you guys are approaching the circle, but again, everything comes to that deep silence. You see the elf in the white gesture to his left and gesture to his right, and an elf in a purple robe and an elf in a red robe join him up on his little elevated area, and they all turn and face. As they all look at you, everybody give me an Arcana roll.
I have no idea which one's me.
That's okay. I've got it in the chat log.
Yeah. Saevel.
Rye and Saevel, you guys are welcome to listen and pay attention if you wish to be polite. Nib, Quinn, and Shen, you feel absolutely compelled to just lock your focus on these 3 elves and listen to the words that they have to say, to where the words almost penetrate your mind, and there is no question about what they're saying to you. And on that, the elf in the white cloak steps forward and says, "Thank you for coming." As he steps forward, you notice that his robes are very decorated. He is clearly the leader of this group, of this council. And he says, "You were not summoned to be honored. You were summoned because time is no longer something we can afford." He gestures as the ceiling of the chamber that you are in lights up with stars, and you very distinctly see 5 moons in the sky. And it's very, very much like like you're in a, what's the word?
Planetarium.
Thank you. Yeah, but it's clearly elven magic that's doing it. 246 years ago, during the 14th coalesced moon, the world suffered a wound that truly should have ended it. Perhaps you are all familiar. The elf in the purple robe steps forward to be aligned with the one that was just speaking. He says, "A cult enacted a ritual that drew power from beyond our plane, not through ignorance, not through accident." And he stops. Recompiling himself, he goes, "The ritual failed, and in failing, it shattered a continent and broke this entire city apart. I see that 2 amongst you are of elven blood. You may very well know what the Sundering did to our people." As he finishes that sentence, the third elf steps forward. His voice a little bit older, a little bit grittier. He says, "We survived not because we were prepared, but because the world itself refused to finish dying." The elf in the white begins to speak again, and he says, "For generations we believed the cult responsible was destroyed by its own failure. That belief is no longer defensible. Our intelligence suggests that the cult has grown." The purple-robed elf speaks up again. "They recruit, they corrupt, they indoctrinate." And as she says indoctrinate, she locks eyes one at a time with all 5 of you individually. And she continues, "This is not lineage. This is conversion." The elf to the right continues. And this time they are not rushing it. They are preparing. They have had 2.5 centuries to right their wrongs and try to do this again. Once again, the center elf speaks. "We once believed the ritual could not be replicated, that the Sundering was unique. Not only do we no longer believe that, we know it to be completely untrue." Now an elf that was still in the group steps forward, not on the raised platform, but in between the 2 groups. He's wearing a deep, deep red robe. And he says, "If the ritual is attempted again during the next coalesced moon, we do not expect it to fail. You were not selected by this council." And his gaze... Well, there's some echoing. Why are we echoing? Who's echoing?
I told you to make smaller building. Less echo.
There are panels you could have built into the walls.
You can hang them from ceiling.
Wrong room.
Well played. Well played. "You were not selected by this council, but you were chosen by the gods themselves." And when he says the word gods, all 5 of you feel a slight, it's either a tinge or a burn or a sensation, whatever whatever feeling your mark usually presents itself as to you, you feel that. We do not know why each of you was marked. We don't know when you were marked, but we know that you were. And it is that mark that we hope will help you be successful. The elf in white above the one that was just speaking in the red, his eyes narrow. His face gets very, very serious. He says, the gods have begun to move quietly, carefully, and we know what this timing implies. But the fact that they have begun to move, that fact alone should frighten you. The projections on the ceiling shift again, and the moons in the projection start to move. And they're moving closer, simulating the arrival of the next coalesced moon. You guys all being traveled, all of you would be well aware of, the lunar cycle, very similarly to how, most people on Earth know how our moon works. So, there's 5, they align every 250 years. That is referred to as the coalesced moon. There might be varying degrees of knowledge, maybe a little bit more so with the elves who live a little bit longer, of the Sundering, and what it did to Velmir. But as the moons get closer and closer and closer, they align, and the image or the projection stops at the exact point that they are at in the sky right now, on this day in Velmir. And after that, you see the elf with the blood red robe, the one that was standing in front right there. He waves his hand up toward the ceiling, and you see in almost a clouded vision. So if you think almost like some sort like some mystical vision, like it's cloudy around the border of it. I'm gesturing towards where I can see you on my monitor and not the camera, as though being over here helps you guys. It's like a cloudy image, and you see the shore of a continent. And as you look and you observe, he says, that is the southeastern coast of Wyrmblight. Wyrmblight, you may or may not know, was the site of the initial ritual. It was the source of the Sundering. It was where all of our problems began. Our most recent intelligence places cult activity in or near this village. And as he points, it almost like highlights. There's a small village that it looks to be at least a day or two's travel in from the coastline. We do not know the scale of the cult activity. We don't know its strength. We don't know whether or not they will be successful this time around. What we do know is that we can't risk that they will be. We need the 5 of you to head to Wyrmblight. We need you to investigate. Travel to Wyrmblight. Head to the village. And let us know of anything that you find. This may seem like a large burden for us to put on you, but you have been touched by the gods, and you have been touched by them for a reason. You all have a very unique set of skills. It may not seem like it now, but we truly believe that you all will work well together, and you will all be an asset to one another in solving this problem. The cult does not pull back. The cult does not forgive. Most importantly, the cult does not love anything but itself. Do not trust them. Do not be swayed by them. And most importantly, do not let them return you. For if they corrupt one that has been touched by the gods, it is unknown the amount of power that could be given to them. The elf in the red once again steps forward, as though the perimeter of the symbol that you guys are standing in. Oh.
Yeah, Ryland has his hand up.
Okay. Oh, okay. Does Ryland actually have his hand up?
He does. Yep.
Okay.
I was giving you time to
No,
see
that's
it.
that's fine. The elf just looks at you and is quiet. You take it as an opportunity to speak.
Didn't the moons just converge like last? It was about to just converge. I thought a bit ago, and right.
He
Did that already.
He looks at you, and you see a small smirk appear on his face. And as the smirk appears on his face, and it looks like he's about to say something, the elf to his left grabs his shoulder and kind of whispers in his ear. And he goes, everybody gets a little confused sometimes.
That is so true. Okay, never mind.
Perhaps you had one too many.
No.
Can Quinn just kick him in the shins really hard?
Ryland or the elf?
Yeah, Ryland.
Go ahead.
You walk in front of me.
Are you gonna kick him in the shins?
Yeah, okay, maybe not really hard, but hard enough to be like, shut
Okay.
the fuck up.
Okay.
I don't know if you're paying attention. I'm standing. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Rye, roll a dexterity roll save.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay. You almost trip with the kick to the leg, but you catch yourself. He's drunk, don't forget.
Did I say something?
Yeah, I did forget.
So the elf and the wife kind of clears his throat and says, if that will be all for the interruptions. He says, we need you, as was mentioned, to confirm the cult's presence. You need to disrupt recruitment, dismantle any organization they have, and eliminate any of their leadership that you may discover. A fifth elf. This one with deep purple robes. So in the same way that the blood red robes of the one that stepped in the center was a richer red than the other reds, this is a richer purple than the other purples. And he steps forward, and everybody roll perception.
Neat.
13.
Yeah, I've got him right here. Quinn.
Nice juicy 4.
Quinn, you are the only one that notices that when he steps up to approach you all, there is maybe but a millimeter between the tip of his shoe, his footwear, and the outer perimeter of the symbol that you guys are all standing in. But it absolutely does not cross it. None of the rest of you notice that. He steps forward and he says, we take no pleasure in this, but we will not gamble the world on the hope that those who already tried to end it might fail again. You are not bound by any oath. You are not being commanded. We do not have the authority in which to demand such a task from you. But I will tell you one important thing as you think about this request from us. And that is, history never forgives hesitation. And he turns around and walks back. the compulsion to listen that three of you had felt seems to slowly lift itself from you. And the murmurs with the elves pick back up.
Is it possible to take a step off of the markings on the floor?
In which direction? I mean, you stepped onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to step
You're going to step forward?
backwards.
Oh, backwards.
Backwards
Oh.
off of the symbols.
Okay, so not toward the elves.
No.
No, yeah, okay.
I sit down on Embers' symbol. Hang out.
And I want to do something with that.
Don't do something with that.
What is the purpose of you calling just 5 individuals? It seems a foolish endeavor to put 5 random people you believe will work well together. Are you not in charge of this land? Or know the people who are? Could you not send many individuals?
Or are we just the best? You can say it.
The one elf that remains to be paying any attention to you all as the other ones began their murmur and whatnot looks at you and his eyes almost as though he was reading something and just looked up, and they have this
Rude.
They have this condescending, almost mocking look to them. And he kind of thinks about how he wants to reply for a moment. And he says, how so very arrogant of you to think that you're the only 5 that we summoned. And that's all he's
like you very much.
1, 2.
I feel it is important for you to know that.
I mean, there's. What are we standing on? We're standing on the symbol of the 5 moons. There's symbolism here. It's.
Oh! Which moon are you?
Smallest one.
I am Red Ranger. Wait, no, purple.
No, but if we can align our
You're a ranger?
skills in order to oppose the powers that be with the alignment of the... Come on.
Yeah, it's
You
a
guys-
lot of metaphor.
You guys
No, I
don't read
get
much,
it.
do you?
I get the symbolism and the wacky mystic
Right.
shenanigans, but also
Yeah.
people with crossbows.
Right.
I mean, all of us at once. I see what you're saying, Nine have been the move.
Plus, that you also always need somebody to draw the eye of the opposition while other people work behind
Oh,
the
so we're
scenes.
bait?
No.
No. They said they got other people first.
Maybe. I don't know. Or they're saying that to make us feel better that, it's not
Can I
all
roll
on
insight
us.
on the when the dude said what makes you think we didn't call other people? Can I roll insight on that to see if he was just being a dick or if he was like trying to hide the truth a little bit?
Sure.
5 other groups died before us.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So you can pick up on the fact that he wasn't lying, but he definitely wasn't giving you all the information. There was while he wasn't misleading you, he wasn't trying to trick you in any way. There's definitely more to it. You can sense that he's not telling you everything, which I feel like is kind of a cop-out response because I figured that was kind of obvious anyway.
Can I address?
Xhënrak,
Reaffirmed.
Can I address the elves and just say in Elvish, how did you know we had the marks?
Racist.
Well,
you speak, and none of the elves acknowledge that you're even saying something.
Okay, guys, I think we should go and join the cult, because these guys are clearly lying to us. What do we say? Is good idea? These guys are assholes.
Quinn's gonna turn tail and walk out the front door.
I'm following Quinn.
I think we should go. She's going to the cult. We gotta follow.
I'm like trailing behind him, going, wait. Let's find the guy who met us at the door, because he seemed like he was actually like one of the worker bees around, and those are the guys that actually know what's going on. So maybe we can get some information from them.
But I couldn't pat his shoulder. You can't trust him. He made me shake his hand.
Hey,
and I couldn't.
you can't say that, because when I told you that, you said you wouldn't have realized it.
Well, I said I just kind of went over and I kept on. You're right.
Don't try to pull one on me.
As they start to leave, I'm gonna stay and just as they start, I'll hang back, and then I'm just gonna walk towards the guy who was a dick, and just get a little bit closer. Oh, sorry, something happened. So
I will address as you shouted that. There was zero response. There's the murmur. They're all talking amongst each other. It is almost as though the five of you, obviously, as some of you are leaving or have left, but it's almost as though the five of you and the elves were in two separate rooms.
Okay, well, he's going to step towards him.
Okay, are you still within the symbol?
He's gonna get pretty close.
Okay,
like close enough that you could hear a loud whisper.
Okay.
And he's going to say, even the strongest tree will die without water. If you do not water us, we have no ability to grow, no ability to fight the oncoming floods. And you have given us sand other than go that way and deal with our problems. I do not find this sufficient.
Without looking up, he says, "There's a tavern to the left on the way to the harbor.
I very well may.
You can get water there.
I very well may destroy the city because of you as an individual." That may become my life goal. I don't have much life left. I guess he turns around and leaves.
As you turn around to leave, I need everybody but Sam to mute their headphones. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, I can see it on here once you've muted. The elf reaches, I'm going to say through the invisible barrier in front of you. And as it crosses the line that the border of the symbol on the ground makes, there's no perceivable noise, and there's no sparks or anything, but there is almost a glow, a very slight purple hue that exists on the surface of his skin for every part of his skin that is beyond the barrier that is at the perimeter of this symbol. And he reaches out and he very gently places a hand on your forearm. Just very much like very gently, not grabbing you, not restraining you, just like to touch you. Do you let him do that, or do you try and pull away?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's as tense as a monk can get right now, but...
Okay. So unmoving, but you allow for the slight grip. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear his voice, but his lips don't move. He is almost telepathically communicating to you, and it's the same voice you heard when he spoke, but you hear it in your mind. Very, very similar to the way that you heard the original invite in your mind when you were down and doing your delving. And he says, Xhënrak, I think we all know that you are one of the most powerful beings in this group of 5. Your ability to provide leadership and knowledge will serve your team greatly. Do not question what we give you. We give you all the information that we can. Not all the information that we know. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not deceiving you. I'm not lying to you. I'm simply giving you all you need, because anything more than that would be more detrimental than helpful. Now, when you return to them, they might ask what was said, what wasn't said. Clearly, I have not given you anything overly exciting. But just know this. We don't send you on this journey aimlessly. And you 5 have indeed been selected for a reason.
It feels you send us to die. And this is why I am angry.
If you die, Velmir as we know it will end. The death of the 5 of you is the last thing that we want.
Then why were you a dick about it?
The 5 of you do not need coddling. You do not need pleasantries. If you felt as though the way that I responded to you was rude or unnecessary, prepare yourself for the journey at hand, because it's not going to get any easier.
It is not about the rudeness necessarily, although that sucks. But it is about what you are asking us to do. You summoned us from all corners of the world to go and fight your battle. And you ask us to be what you need us to be, and then you hold back. And I now understand that is something that you need to do. Yes, You're a big, high magical power. Great, got it. But if I feel you are sending me to die, I need to know more than just everyone will die.
Again, if the 5 of you die, the chances are we all do. I will leave you with one more piece of information that I only trust you with, because I know you are also one who directly communes with the gods. One of the 5 of you is not fully who they say they are. And with that, he lifts his hand off your forearm, and he turns around, and he walks back. You guys are good. Yeah. You guys are good.
Come back.
Get on mute. Come back. Come back. Come back. Everybody, how am I supposed to come back?
Are we back?
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, you're back.
5 seconds in, I was like, we never did work out a signal for when to
I was like, he has a button, I guess.
Yeah.
So with that, you guys leave the Elven building. Before we get to walking down the walking to the harbor and everything, let's do a quick 5-minute intermission for bathroom breaks, filling up water, stuff like that, and then we'll knock out our last hour.